Hey everybody, Mindee here with a drum lesson for you guys. Today I wanted to talk about playing the song Hate to Say I Told You So by the Hives. This one's really fun, high energy, not that difficult as far as the beat goes, but there are a few interesting fills and like crash patterns, and as well you're going to want to be very good at keeping your internal metronome. You're going to be playing a lot of like pauses where you really want to hit that one, come back in nice and confidently right on the beat. So we'll take a look, let's get started, and if you enjoy this, I have Patreon and I also give private lessons, so message me, appreciate it. So beats per minute is 136, and the main beat throughout everything is kind of that money beat, bass 1 and 3, snare 2 and 4, eighth notes on your hi-hat. So just make sure you can play that consistently at 136. Alright, so let's look at that intro. It starts with 2 guitar phrases, patterns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. So 4 measures. You're going to do a crash with the kick drum, and then you're going to rest for 2 measures, so 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to hit that crash again on the next one, and then you're going to do a build up, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. So that's a straight build up, no pause, and you're going to go straight into the beat from that. So I'm going to kind of show you that, just that intro part. All right. So that happens. Once you get into that groove, you're going to kind of keep at it. There's like an instrumental section. Then there's going to be a section where it kind of does this weird guitar part. When it gets to that, you're going to be doing 2 measures, I believe. And you're going to have a really short rest, but it's a very important rest. So basically, you're playing, you're going to stop, a nice powerful stop on 4, not going to hit the and of 4, and then you're going to hit the 1 with the crash in the bass. So even though it's just an eighth note rest, it's really powerful. It's going to pack a punch. So let's kind of look at that. So see how I hit that 4, gave it a nice solid like quiet rest for that 1/8 note. I'm going to do it again for you guys one more time. First verse, just keep it nice and simple, money beat the whole time. Once you get to the chorus, you're going to be crashing and going to your 4 tom snare, same beat. So it's kind of like, and you're going to do that for 2 measures. Then you're going to crash back to the same beat on that hi-hat. So I'm going to kind of do that switch up. Here we go. So then you're doing 4 measures on the hi-hat. So we got 2 floor tom, 4 on the hi-hat, and then we're going to do 3 on the floor tom. We're going to stop on 1, and then you have that whole measure rest, and then I want you to really nail that 1 when you come back with the cymbal and jump back into the beat. So let me do that chorus transition for you guys. Cool, so yeah, see, I hit that nice 1, boom, played that whole silence, do something to keep your internal metronome going. So some people might just like tap their foot, I sometimes bounce my sticks, head bang, whatever you need to do to make sure you're really confident and you hit that 1 right where you should. Second verse, we play the same beat, but then the second time he goes through the vocal phrase, there's this really cool cymbal pattern. And what it is you're going to crash on 1, And then you're going to be crashing on the and of 2, the and of 4, and of 2, and of 4, and then another 1. An easy way to think of this is you're crashing after each snare hit. So that section, when you get to it, kind of looks like this. So we have 1 and 2, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Back to the beat, normal for 2 measures, and then you repeat it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay? I'm going to play it for you guys again. Back to that chorus, so the same pattern. 2 on the floor tom, 4 on the hi-hat, 3 on the floor tom. When this pause happens, band pauses, you don't. So it's going to be kind of like what I would say is a half note triplet. So we're doing that full measure where we paused last time. We're starting with a triple it 3. So like counts, the beats 1 and 2 are turned into a long triplet. So I almost, if you have more toms, you can kind of go around more. I just have 2 right now, so triple it 3. You might triple it 3. And then you're going to go on the snare and the 4, and then you're going to hit the open hi-hat on 3. I feel like I usually do it right, left, right, and then open with my left. But you can do it either way. Whatever feels natural. I'm right-handed, so you know, I'm the right-handed kid. In the recording, that open hi-hat is a tambourine. Maybe you don't have a tambourine. And I feel like when you're playing this live, when they play it live, it gives more power if you do something like an open hi-hat. After that, and a 4E, you kind of pause. I think you hit the crash. And then you have a nice long bass solo. So this is where the bass is playing, but you need to still keep your metronome going. So tap your foot, bounce your sticks. Just don't sit there like waiting, because then you're gonna lose that beat and you're not gonna come in confidently when you come back in. Alright, so once you get to that bass part, you've done your rest, you're keeping your metronome going. You're going to be going from nice and silent rest to super loud, powerful crash snare bass, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then a build up and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And then you're going to rest 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then a and 4 on the snare. So let me kind of play that part. Remember, we're keeping the tempo going through that bass. And when you come in, it's like this. So build up, crash, rest 2, 3, 4, rest 2, 3, 4, crash back into that beat. Let me play it for you one more time. And then basically, there I was kind of doing it on the hi-hat, but you want to add a dynamic to it at that part to kind of bring it up. So you can either do open hi-hat 8th notes. What I sometimes do, and I feel like happens in the song, is like riding on the crash to give it power. If you do that, you can just do quarter notes. Just make sure you don't speed up and you still keep that rhythm steady. So I'm going to do the and 4 and then show you with like a crash, a nice powerful one. So. Alright. 1, 4, 1, 2, 3. So that's doing quarter notes on a crash cymbal. And then let me do it maybe with an open hi-hat is another option if you want to stick with those 8th notes. of it like you're jumping up a step in intensity, and you're doing that by getting louder, either with the hi-hat or with that crash. If you have a nice crash ride too. Alright, so after you come in, you're either doing your crashes or you're doing like a nice powerful open hi-hat. There's just one more fill left, and it's kind of a snare roll. Just kind of pops in the outro, 2E and a 3 and a 4E and a. Song fades out. If you're doing this with a band, figure out a good ending that you guys like. Yeah, so just listen. I didn't really give you guys the exact counting, like charting it. So this is a song I like to have my students listen to and chart, count how many measures. Also look for musical cues, vocal cues. I use vocal cues for that crash part, 1 and 2 and 3. That helps me know where it's coming up. Or the guitar riff helps me know where I'm going to do that beginning rest on 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So I'd say get out a notebook and chart it, count your measures, or figure out what cues you're going to use to know where your fills and changes are. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. This is a really fun song to play. You can message me for private lessons or follow me on Patreon for more in-depth lessons. I also have a section just to support me, watch some drum videos for all my friends and family. Appreciate you guys. Happy drumming. Bye.